Howdy, I'm Palpers, and today I am going to finally be giving you the long-awaited video you have been waiting for, and that is my top 10 favorite animes of all time. You guys have been asking for this for over a year now, and I'm just gonna hop right into it. So if you're interested in my top 10 favorite animes of all time, you should stick around. All right, so starting off number 10, I have Haikyuu, and Haikyuu basically follows the story of Hinata, a dude who is like 5'3" but wants to play volleyball. But the fact that he's 5'3" kind of, you know, like doesn't go side and side with him wanting to play volleyball. But he ends up surprising a lot of his opponents and just follows him and his journey on him wanting to become one of the best spikers in the nation. All right, number 9, I have Hajime no Ippo, and a lot of you should know this. Hajime no Ippo I have watched quite recently, and it is so good. It basically follows the story of Ippo Makanoji, a kid who used to get bullied until he meets Takamura and basically asks him to train him how to become a boxer, and basically just follows his story on his training, his fights, his rise to the top, his fall from like trust me, you gotta watch this show. Hajime no Ippo, one of the best sports anime. Same with Haikyuu, some of the best, right? Some of the best. Okay, number 8, I have an unpopular pick here, and it is Kizuna And Kizuna is a show that many people don't really talk about, but the premise is they get these group of teens who basically share pain. The MC Agata just does not feel pain, so they're forced to like deal with each other's pain. So for example, if I break my pinky, everybody else is gonna feel that break, if that makes sense. And basically it gets really good. It shows the bonds between the characters, from heartbreak to love to sorrows to happiness. They all share the same amount of pain they each receive. So trust me, I highly recommend you guys watch this Kizuna. All right, for number 7, I have a pick that a lot of people tend to hate this show, but it is Sword Art Online. And I personally, Sword Art Online was my first anime I've ever watched, so it will always hold a deep place in my heart, and that's why it reached the number 7 spot, because it truly does hold a special place in my heart. Basically, if you have not watched Sword Art Online, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm gonna explain it anyway. Sword Art Online follows the story of Kirito, a boy who basically ends up getting trapped in a virtual reality in which if you die in the game, you die in real life. And the only way to get out of this virtual reality is for you to complete the game. I don't even like isekai, right? I don't even like isekai, but Sword Art Online is always going to be an exception for me. Hope you guys, you know, kind of agree with this. All right, in my number 6 spot is 7 Deadly Sins. And I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't like the first season, but season 2 and season 3 is what really skyrocketed 7 Deadly Sins to the max. And people are hating on the animation, but I personally think the animation was really good. But 7 Deadly Sins follows the story of Meliodas looking for the other 7 Deadly Sins, and he ends up running into somebody called Elizabeth, who ends up becoming like his love interest. I don't want to spoil too much. I highly recommend you guys watch this. I personally think, season 2 and season 3 are better than season 1, but that's just me. But honestly, I highly recommend you guys watch 7 Deadly Sins. All right, and the 5th anime I have on my list is My Hero Academia. You already know I have to represent. My Hero Academia is the best shonen ever created. I don't care what nobody says. It's number one. Trust me, My Hero is the best. But My Hero Academia follows the story of Izuku Midoriya, a boy who was born in a world where like powers are the norm, but he was sadly born without any powers, and it just follows his journey on how he wants to become a hero, how he becomes a hero, and etc. So basically that is the premise of My Hero Academia. All right, so my 4th most favorite anime is Clannad, and Clannad honestly will always hold a deep place in my heart. Clannad is one of the best romances, best dramas, best everything I have ever watched. If you're not into romance, just watch Clannad. People say season 1 is boring. Clannad, I disagree. I disagree completely. There's one arc that is boring, but besides that, it's not that boring. But Clannad basically follows the story of Tomoya and how he meets a girl named Nagisa, and just like their high school life and like what goes on after they graduate, the hardships between their friendships, the hardships between illness. Trust me, this is a must-watch show. If you have not watched it, I'm doing you a favor and telling you to watch it. So watch Clannad. All right, so my 3rd favorite anime of all time, and this is honestly like people hate this show for no reason. If you look at any tier list, they always say, this show stinks, this show stinks. But that show is Gamers. Gamers is one of the best shows I have ever watched to date. Like I'm gonna be honest, it always gives me a warm and fuzzy feeling inside when I watch Gamers. But the premise of Gamers is basically this boy wants to join a gaming club, and when he does, he finds that the gaming club is full of like, you know, weirdos. And then there's this girl in there who's like one of the most popular girls in the school, who also tends to like gaming but wants to hide it from everybody else. And it basically just follows the story of like their relationship and how it grows to be. So my 2nd favorite anime of all time, and this is a hot take here, but it is Domestic Girlfriend. And I know I talk a lot about Domestic Girlfriend, how I don't like it, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I have been lying to you this entire time. I love Domestic Girlfriend. Domestic Girlfriend is one of the best shows I have ever watched, and I'm not even gonna tell you the plot because it is just that good, and I think you guys should just go in blind without even knowing what it's about. Trust me, Domestic Girlfriend, do yourself a favor, and it has one of the best openings in all of anime. So watch Domestic Girlfriend. So number one is a tie between two shows. So I have two shows at number one because I genuinely believe that these two shows are just 10 out of 10 masterpieces, from their soundtracks to their animation to everything about them, and that is Naruto and Dragon Ball. I'm gonna be honest, I have lied to you this entire time. Dragon Ball and Naruto are my favorite shows. I can't live without them. I genuinely cannot. Like, people who like don't like Dragon Ball and Naruto, I don't know what they're going through. They must have like this baby taste, because Dragon Ball and Naruto are literally supreme. Like these are king shonen. Like, behind My Hero Academia, these are the best shonen. You know what I'm trying to say? And you're probably saying, but how are these two number one? Because they do everything else better than what My Hero does. Like, My Hero is the perfect shonen. It is the best shonen. But when it comes to the show overall, Naruto and Dragon Ball simply are just better. From Goku to Naruto to the female casters, everything about these shows are just amazing. And I highly recommend you guys watch it. If you have not watched it, I don't know what you're doing. Like you're literally slacking. But honestly, those two are my favorite shows. And with that out of the way, video's over. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your favorite shows are down below. Let me know if you're rocking with my list, because I'm rocking with it. But anyway, video's over. Hope you guys enjoyed. And like I always say, I am just a weeb. So what do I know? Deuce. April Fools, bro. There's no way you dead believe this. No way.